SN assignment LDAP installation. This presentation contains introduction, LDAP server configuration, installation, third one LDAP client authentication, and references as well. Introduction. LDAP stands Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. It provides a common language that client application and servers use to communicate with one another. LDAP is a lightweight version of the Directory Access Protocol described by the ISO X.500 standard. LDAP preserves the best features of the DAP while reducing the administrative cost compared to DAP. LDAP uses an open directory access protocol running over TCP/IP and simplified encoding method. It uses TCP/IP instead of OSI stack. This diagram very simply shows how LDAP does work. When the LDAP client request message and the LDAP server receive that message and it accessing the directory and then return the reply to the client. So it is obvious we need to configure the LDAP server and LDAP client. Now we look at install and configure LDAP server. In order to configure, we have to log in as an administrator first. Then we use the command update and upgrade the system package by using the following command, that is a DNF update. After that it gives the message complete. Then we type TNF upgrade, then it gives a complete message also. After that we install LDAP server on Fedora by using this command, DNF install OpenLDAP clients, OpenLDAP servers. After a few seconds it shows the file size and asking our agree. So if we agree, when we type Y, it running installation. After a few minutes it complete and shows this complete message again in the screen. Then we need to start and enable OpenLDAP server services to run system reboot. For that we use system control enable SLAPD, standard alone LDAP. Then we need to enter system control start SLAPD. After that we need to set OpenLDAP administrator password by using SL app password, this code. By this code we can set the administrator password. Then we give new password and retype. Then it generate the encrypted hash password, which need to be remember to give in later. Then we have to configure OpenLDAP database. To do this we need to copy the OpenLDAP database sample file. For that we use the following command, cp user share OpenLDAP servers dpconfig example var lib LDAP dpconfig. By using this code we can copy the original file and do the configuration on that. After that we need to set the ownership of the LDAP database configuration directory by using this code shown -r LDAP var lib LDAP. After that we need to import OpenLDAP basic schema, where we need to configure cosine, NIS and interperson schemas when we type cd etc OpenLDAP schema, then it comes to see schema here. Then after that we type this command very carefully. When we enter this command, then all these things are appear on the screen, where we can see our cn change NIS schema config. Likewise it configured. As we know, we have two databases in LDAP, that is database 1 and 2. There we need to modify the values, OLC suffix, OLC root DN and root password. So by doing that, all this modification can be implemented using a single LDAP file as shown below picture. That is when you type vim mod domain LDAP, then we enter into the vim editor. There we need to type all these codes very carefully, one by one, without any spelling mistakes. And here OLC root password, we need to enter the password which is generated previously. Then using the below command, we can modify, can be implemented. So when we type LDAP modify -y external -h LDAP I, this command, then it modifying entry databases 1 2, this data can be seen in the screen as well. To verify this configuration, we can use LDAP search command. So after typing this command without error, the figures are listed like this screen. After that, we need to create the base domain and the domain it to the LDAP server in order to create our directory. Then we need to replace the domain entries appropriately. There we type vim base.dn.ldip, then we again shift to the vim editor. There we need to type all these command line by line without any mistakes. Where we type oexample.com and dc example, cn manager, dc example, dc com, like that. Every code need to be typed as shown in the picture. To add the base domain entry, we can run the command here LDAP -x -d cn manager dc. To add the base domain entry, run the command below. After entering this command, then this following entries can be seen in the screen also. Then we have to create LDAP file for specify that user attributes. There we use vim add user LDAP function or code. After that, we need to enter these details very carefully. To verify the user is created, then we can use LDAP search command to query its details. When we did this one, the user created, here we type the command here, LDAP search command, then all the details shown below that we created for the user. Finally, open the OpenLDAP server services on firewall to allow external access. We use firewall cmd permanent add services equal LDAP firewall command, reload this command. After this, it gives the success message, then we set the server completely. Then we need to configure LDAP client. For that, we need to install OpenLDAP client package by using this given command. As soon as we give the command without any error, then after a few minutes it needs to give the complete as mentioned here. Then we have to switch authentication provider to SSSD. For that we use the following command. So after this command entered, these details like the following NS switch maps are overwritten by the profile like password, group, net group, auto mount services. This message will automatically appear in the screen. The third step, add LDAP server's URL and suffix. We use this following command, where we need focus on our URL and the base. We have to give the proper DC names as we configured in the server. Here in this case we use example DC and DC.com. After type this one etc OpenLDAP conf, we can see base DC example DC.com here, and the URL also mentioned here. Then the access provider option in the etc SSSD config file, set the access control provider used for the domain. By the default, the option is set to allowed or permit, which always allow all such accesses. For that we use VI editor. By typing this command, we can enter there. Then enter the following details according to our environment. Here on the top we type the command VI editor. Then here we need to LDAP URL, focus on this, that is should be example.com. Then LDAP search base, that should be DC example and DC.com, that we have already configured in the server. And another important thing, that is cache credentials should be true, and this one also need to allow. Other things, SSSD and NSS, that we don't change. This should be as it is. Fifth step, that start and enable SSSD or jobbed services by using this command. Here after typing this command, here we type chmod 600 etc ssd.conf. Then we start system control restart SSD or job services, and we again enable that or job service. Then we type exit. Then that is automatically switch to the super user. Now we log into the Fedora workstation, and we get the window as appear below. Here this is the Fedora workstation window. Here we give the local host login details, root, and give the password. Then here the passwd, this is a command for changing the password, and changing password for user root. This user we can change the password in the workstation. Also we can changing LDAP password in the server also there. Here when we type passwd, this is for changing password, then changing password for this particular user. Here we give the current password and it requests new password and retype the new password again. Then it gives this message that all authentication tokens updated successfully. In this way we can configure our LDAP client machines in order to communicate with the LDAP server. Finally, these are the references, some of the references I used to refer in order to do the report and this presentation. Thank you very much.